everybody. So I went full circle. I went from having halogen lights to having LEDs. Well, actually trying to put LEDs in, failing miserably, getting some additional support via those little circle rings that were cut down, putting those in, failing miserable again. And then driving it for a few days, realizing that they just weren't working out. I could barely see any headlights out in front of me. The brights were fine, and as you can see, I decided to leave them in there, but I was like, this whole idea of me driving or trying to go back, trying to fix whatever I did wrong, putting it back into the housing, only to realize I did something wrong again. I was like, you know what? Let's have the best of both worlds. Let's have the regular headlight, a good old-fashioned bulb, which fits right in. You don't have to worry about it. I don't have to think about whether or not it's going to give me good light. It always does. It can only go in one way. I can't screw that up. But then leaving the high beams, this LED, because the LED fits right in. And once again, I don't have to worry about it. So these are already aimed. I used this wall as the aiming point. And I couldn't do it. So here's my full review of this product. So first of all, let's turn this off. Let's actually turn the car off. Several of you asked me, what are the lumens? It doesn't say. It really doesn't say. So don't know. Whatever this means. Don't know. Made in China. Okay. VH. I don't know what that means. There you go. There's no lumens. Now, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so here's the funny story. I didn't want to film me switching them back again because it's boring, and I didn't want to even worry about any of that stuff. You know, I never ended up using these little things here. Yeah, I just couldn't make this thing work. Hey, Hollywood Hornet did, and maybe a few other people did. Great job, people. I'm not one of them people. So here's another thing that happened as I was switching. These cut down holding circle things. As I was taking off one of these fell into the housing, and I couldn't get it out. So I tried it, but without having to disassemble the entire housing. One of these is still lodged in, I think, in the passenger side. So there's that. So these are my standard high beams. Yeah, I mean, they work just fine too, but not as good as these LED ones. So I'm sporting LEDs for high beams and normal halogens for low beams. So here's what I'm going to do. I will save this box. Oops, sorry. I will save this box. I will save this one ring if I ever decide to to sell this car. I'll give it to the next owner. No problem. But the bottom line is, I live in an area that has plenty of light poles, so it's not an issue, and I just don't need LED problems. So there you go, guys. Full circle. Thank you so much. But it is what it is. I'm one of those few ones. I'm all thumbs or whatever that I can get the LED bulb in there. But my thought is that why bother? Why bother messing around with these things? And they even require spare parts. That oh, here, I guess we might as well look at the manual that I ignored here. The problem is that if you're gonna buy these for your town car, you need more parts. You need those cut down rings. Now here, let's look at these instructions. So, okay, pull up the socket. Now, okay, now I guess they have different versions in here. I don't know which version. I don't know which version these are. Install and fit the socket. Insert the lamp body. Rotate slightly to make fix. Connect the power. So these look like they would just fit right in. It doesn't talk anything about any kind of cut down things. Pull up the center ring. I don't know what they're talking about here. I don't understand. What would you physically pull? There's nothing really there to pull. So you can take it off, but not pull. Install and fit in the socket. Insert the lamp body, rotate slightly, and make it fixed. I don't know what that really means. Insert the copper strip. Connect the power line. Yeah. See, none of these tell you anything about this ring. This cut down ring that you have to have. Now, I don't know really who put the sticker. It is a sticker. It's not part of the artwork. So I don't know who did this, but it wasn't the manufacturer that did. So somebody tried, obviously, and made sure that they fit. But how is it ever going to fit on an 06 Town Car? I can't speak on the previous years, but I think they're the same, right? Because it's the last generation. But how would this ever work? Right? So you automatically, for anyone considering buying these, which I hope very few to none will, you automatically need extra parts that you have to make yourself. So, yeah. There you have it, guys. Oh, here's another. Wait, is it the same instructions? Yeah, okay. So, there you go. All right. Well, there's your update. From halogens to LEDs, back to halogens. But, hey, I do enjoy my little light show. Maybe I will show you, you know what, I'm filming this on GoPro. I will show you a little sample of what it is now, which is what it was before. But I will show you the combination of my high beams and low beams in the next segment when I drive at nighttime. Alrighty, folks, so this is the part 2 of that very same video. Filming how the normal, good old-fashioned halogen light bulbs, when installed, the only way that they can possibly be installed, how they lead the way. And as you can see, I'm not exactly sure if I aimed them correctly, to be honest with you. I did kind of like quick. It's becoming pretty cold, as you can see. It's 26 degrees now. Probably by the time you see it, it's going to be way colder than that. So, but they obviously shine a lot better. You know, probably a good, I don't know, 80, maybe 50 feet, something, 50 feet, let's just call it that. But you can also kind of see that where I live, just because I'm in the proximity, you know, of Chicago and in the far north Chicago suburb, we have ample lighting, like even on these little side streets that I live on. Now, we obviously don't have, you know, light poles here, but they have these floodlights that kind of shine on the parking lot. But the reason why I left the high beams the way the LEDs, because man, just look at this thing. This thing is awesome. So like if I ever see a squirrel or something, you know, I got my high beams on. Yeah, I mean, this is crazy. This is better than the ones I had before, even though I am still saving them. So yeah. Now it's not even that dark out. You can kind of see some of the sky still. Yeah, so that's the story. Now, the funny part about this whole thing, a couple days after I put the old bulbs back, the daytime running light, I think one of the bulbs burned out. So when I look at it, I'm like, oh my God. Like, could the timing be any worse? So here, let's check this out. We're gonna be parking right up here. Yeah, so this is kind of like the wall that I use to aim, and I think I got them pretty even here. But at the same time, maybe I need to spend a little bit more time. But I tell you, using a screwdriver is a lot better than trying to take the whole housing apart. So let me see if I can get out and kind of check out all the bulbs. Yep. So check this out. So right over here, we got this one. I don't know. Is it the turn signal or not? You see, now I'm confused. And then we got this. So let's see what happens when I turn the signal on, because I'm not getting any, like, you know, the fast clicks. Oh, okay. So it does. All right, so it does work, but then right? Oh, it is pretty windy and cold. Yep. So check this out. Just as my luck may have it. Yep, you got the yellow one on this end, and I don't have anything on this end. But I tell you what, the man can only take so many times of taking apart his TownCar housing before he goes insane. So I am not gonna be taking this thing apart anytime soon. So my flashers, they do work. My turn signals do work. And it's probably going to be springtime. I hope I still own the vehicle by that time, but I will not be taking this thing apart, especially when the winter is upon us. I mean, yeah, it's 26 degrees now. It's technically not super cold, but it's, you know, it's cold. To be taking it apart one more time, at this point, it would be, I don't even know, like the 4th time in the very short time span. So yeah, I'm not doing this. I'm just going to drive without this bulb. I'm just going to turn it off here. I'm gonna kill the ignition. Yeah. So there you have it, folks. I'm back. The same bulbs that we started, minus that little bulb. We'll see you next time.